Hello guys, welcome back to episode 2 of the Southampton Career Mode. Thank you so much for the support on the last video. We got over 250 views in a week, which is really good for this channel. So thank you so much for watching. If you are returning from episode 1, feel free to like this video. About 90% of the viewers that I had on that video are not subscribed. So if you are watching and you aren't subscribed, please do feel free to subscribe. It really does help me out. But jumping straight into episode 2 then, we're diving straight into our first Premier League game of the season against Fulham. Obviously last episode we made a few different signings, brought in Broja, Schneiderlin, and a new goalkeeper as well in Vaklik, and got rid of a couple of players. So we aren't really changing up the squad too much from what we would usually, what happened in real life really, in terms of we're not starting Broja today. We're keeping Adams up front. I don't want to just drop him for no reason. So yeah, we're keeping a lot of the squad sort of the same as what we we're doing in real life. Lavia is starting in central midfield, so if that doesn't work, we can always bring on someone like Schneiderlin or someone with a bit of a high rating, Diallo potentially. But yeah, jumping straight into this Fulham game, then you see we got almost a chance there with Gineppo, but it was flagged offside. We're just playing it around at the back. I want to try and sort of play good football. That's part of like my own personal objective, is just keep the ball down on the floor, and we're going to do that as much as possible. Fulham looking sort of very attacking here, and as you can see we actually do go 1-0 down. Vinicius, on loan I believe from Spurs, or he might be, has he signed permanently? I'm not even sure, but the former Spurs player does score as flagged offside in the end. So we got our first warning sign there, really close. I genuinely thought that was a goal when I was playing. So I didn't think that was going to be offside. So we got very lucky, and then great ball from Gineppo. Now I really do like Gineppo on all FIFAs that I've played on. He's got that sort of. He's really good at dribbling fast. So we almost score with Che Adams there, and I think that we're going to see that a lot this season. But again, 21 minutes in, and what was that for defending? We go 1-0 down, and we actually do go 1-0 down now, and it's well deserved. I mean, 21 minutes in, they could really be 2-0 up. We've only really had that Che Adams chance, and it's just poor defending. And I just watching this back, it's absolutely horrendous defending. We've just let them walk through our box. I mean, they almost mess it up. I think that's Willian. Actually almost messes it up for Fulham, which would have been an absolute joke for them if they didn't convert that chance. So 1-0 down. I mean, the way this game has gone so far, it was deserved. That was atrocious defending. This was this gameplay was recorded sort of at the. I was quite new to FIFA 23 at this time. These were my actual first games of FIFA 23, so my defending is so rusty. As you can see there, I've just... that just sums it up. 2-0, 25 minutes in, I've made an absolute howler for both goals. Vinicius this time does get his goal after being ruled out earlier, so it's poor defending. I mean, 2-0, yeah, it's really not good, and it's really rusty defending on my behalf. But Bazunu there just doesn't get anywhere near it, does he? He's 70 rated, and that's probably what I get for starting a 70 rated goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's nowhere near saving that. He's sort of not even in the corner really. We do get a clearance off the line here just on half time. The two headers cleared. I think that was Walker Peters, who's actually playing left back. So we've got Tino Livramento, which in real life for the Saints is injured with a long-term ACL injury, I think. And so Kyle Walker-Peters is obviously playing in his usual right back, but Tino, when he's back, and I think in this career mode he will be my preferred right back just because of his age, with Walker-Peters, I can't leave him on the bench, so he's going to be playing as my left back. As you can see there, Che Adams and Gineppo linking up, and what I said earlier, I think that's going to happen a lot this season. Gineppo finishing on his left foot, and that's a really good tidy finish in the end from the Mali international. So yeah, Che Adams with he could have probably gone for it himself there, but played it off to Gineppo, given a bit of an easier opportunity, and it's straight across goal for 2-1. We're back in this game after 2 really poor goals. I feel like now's probably a good time just to, if you are still watching, please do feel free to comment and like if you do enjoy this sort of commentary. I am just kind of one recording and just going for it because it's just sort of, I think, a bit of an easier way of recording these sorts of videos, and I can just go through and talk about the game, and as well as just random little bit updates here and there. I am bringing on Schneiderlin, Brozier and Armstrong. Now Stuart Armstrong, was that, I believe it was Stuart Armstrong anyway. Stuart Armstrong, number 17 there on the right midfield. So Stuart Armstrong in real life is he's a fan favourite, certainly one of my favourite players at the club, and he's worked so hard for the club, and bringing him on with the 2 new signings, but it clearly hasn't worked there. As you can see, Willian does in fact score to make it 3-1, 10 minutes to full time, and with 3-1 down on our first game against newly promoted Fulham. I mean, it's really not good. Poor defending. I don't know what Bella Kotchap was doing there. Really, really not good defending. Bella Kotchap, though, in real life has been brilliant, he's deservedly been called up to the Germany squad for the World Cup. So, I'm really glad to see him getting some recognition despite the poor season Saints are having in real life. And I think in the career mode, he's quite a low rating, but I'm looking for him to be sort of a high rating, and I think he's going to develop well. As you can see, we get a consolation, 90th minute. Aribo, who's playing just behind the striker, gets in behind, and it's a really nice finish from him. So I really like Aribo as well. I think he's going to be in the first team. Obviously he's going to be in the first team, but I think he's going to make a big difference for us for this season. And he's very versatile, can play in that front, maybe attacking midfield, up front, or even in central midfield. So I'm really excited to see what he can do this season. He seems, even in this game, despite the result, as you can see here, we are going to lose the first game 3-2. Aribo he was very good, and him, Adams and Gineppo certainly stood out for me going forward in that front, in the front there. So not a good start really. I wanted to be a lot more sort of stronger at the back there, and we just weren't. It was 2 really poor goals. To be honest, all 3 of them weren't great. I wasn't too happy after that game. Didn't make any signings or anything. We just go straight in now against Stoke City in the Carabao Cup as our second game of the season. Stoke City are obviously in the Championship, so I've put out a bit of a sort of a weaker side just to try out, especially because it's my second game. I want to see what sort of players are good and what just give some other players a go really. So we do start Brozier. You see every player's been changed other than Bazunu stays in goal. Maitland-Niles, who's on loan from Arsenal, starts right back. Walcott starts right mid. Edozie starts out on the left, who's one of the youngsters who I'm looking to see if hopefully he can develop well. He looks very good, good young signing from Manchester City in the summer. So full squad of new players, but as you can see, it's made no difference. Bazunu there really should not be beaten. It's not. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best defending again. You can see it's way too easy. I'm not quite sure what Leanco's doing there, but he's beaten far too easily, in my opinion, Bazunu, and I'm just paying really for starting a 70 rated player in the goal. And you can see here, he does redeem himself slightly with a decent save, which I thought was very similar to the first goal, probably slightly further out that one, to be fair. But we almost go 2-0 down against Stoke City, and I mean, it's not looking good so far. We cleared that corner. It could very easily be 2-0 so far. Armstrong doing really well in that centre midfield. Pass it on to the other Armstrong, Adam. Armstrong, and he really does. I don't think he has the best long shots in this game, but he almost scores for about 25-30 yards out there. As you can see, goalkeeper's beaten, and it's almost skimming the crossbar there. So we almost find ourselves back in the game with a really long sort of distance effort. But as you can see there, I don't know what Stoke City were doing. That's something that you get away with online on Ultimate Team or against other players, that dispossessing them from a short goal kick. So we do really well there. Adam Armstrong with his high sprint speed and its acceleration just catches them off guard, and we get ourselves back into the game. It's 1-1 just before half time as well. And as you can see here, Brozier actually makes it 2-1. So 3 minutes from half time, looks like we're going to go into the break 2-1 up. Brozier showing why we've signed him back at the club. I mean, he's a phenomenal striker, and it's going to be really interesting to see the sort of who's going to be performing better this season out of Brozier and Adams. I want to try and give them sort of good amount of game time. I might even look at sort of making a formation where I can get both of them in the squad, because I think that would be sort of very very lethal. But I thought we would go into half time winning. I do not know what Bazunu's doing. I mean, is this what all 70 rated goalkeepers are like? What is he doing? He's dived out of the goal. It's an easy tap in. Baker there, might be Baker, who's on loan from Chelsea, or might have even signed permanently from Chelsea now. It's poor goalkeeping again, and I want to try. Bazunu is, he's got great potential. I want to make sure he plays enough games to grow, but I can't afford to be conceding this amount of goals every game. It's really poor, and we almost score there. Walcott crosses that into Brozier, really doesn't really get a good connection on it, and it fizzles out for a goal kick. But yeah, going back to Bazunu, I don't really know what to do. I mean, he's 70 rated. It's not ideal really for the Premier League, but even against teams in the Championship, it's clearly not working. And you see it's 3-2, and Dwight Gale there, he pulls back to him, and he's fairly close. And I mean, it's hard. That is tough for Bazunu to make a save there, but he doesn't even put his arms up, does he? It's such poor goalkeeping, and it's 3-2. We're looking in trouble here. Sekou Mara actually almost gets a diving out of Van Persie-esque there from the World Cup. But yeah, we come in here with a dozy, and Mara then does get on the end of it with a great header. I mean, there wasn't too much you could do with that. It was just sort of floated up by a dozy there, but Sekou Mara just absolutely smashes that in with a really powerful, strong header. So we've got three great strikers there in Adams, Brozier and Sekou Mara. I mean, there's nothing to say why Mara can't compete for that, for being up top there, because I mean, what a header that was. So we equalise 3-3, great game, but it's 6 goals in 2 games, which concerns me. Six goals in 2 games. We might need to rotate the goalkeeper next game. But yeah, we go to a penalty shootout. It goes straight to a penalty shootout in the Carabao Cup. I'm not sure if it's the same in real life. Might be. I'm not too sure. Ward-Prowse isn't on, so our best penalty taker is Adam Armstrong. They go 1-0 up, nowhere near for Bazunu. Went the wrong way, fair enough. Adam Armstrong converts his penalty. And this is the first penalty shootout and penalty I've had on FIFA 23. So, the new sort of method of taking the penalties, I quite like it, actually. Like I say, it's my first penalty shootout. I thought it was quite a good way of doing it, but Maitland-Niles misses his. Stoke convert theirs, and we're 3-1 down suddenly. Arabelle on his left foot, can he convert? And he can. So 3-2. We're not out of it just yet, but we do need to make a save here with Bazunu. Klukas takes his, and Bazunu saves. So he has redeemed himself. Stuart Armstrong takes it. He converts his. We're right back in it now. 3-3. Can Brown convert against Bazunu? Yes, we thought he'd go down the middle. He doesn't. It's a good finish. And now Diallo to keep us in the game against Bonham in goal for Stoke City. Can Diallo convert? I mean, it's going all over the place. And we've absolutely... It's been an atrocious penalty. Timed it absolutely nowhere near perfect. And I had to just keep it on target. And that was just to keep it down the middle. And Diallo sees his penalty missed. And Stoke City, to be honest, rightly deserved to win that game. It's we just weren't good enough to win at all. I mean, we were lucky, I think, to even take it to a penalty shootout. So really disappointing result, and I was really not happy, to be honest. 6 goals conceded in 2 games. I really wanted to try and make some signings, make a bit of a difference in this team, because I don't know what it was, but I was very frustrated with how we played, and I think we do need to inject some quality into the club. As you can see, I'm looking through my shortlist, which I just went and handpicked a few players. Some of them I've used in previous FIFA. Some of them look like they had really good potential in this game. So I'm having a quick look through here. Obviously, we had Gakpo at the top, who, as I mentioned in the last episode, he looks a bit out of reach for us at the moment. One player I am really looking at there, Wilfried Singo. I've never even heard of him, to be honest. Torino right back. He's 6'3", has good strength and pace. So I did have him in the back of my mind. I thought, we got 30 million, $500,000 in the wages. I didn't know if we could even... I wanted to just see, can we make Gakpo happen? See what players we've got. We have nothing to lose really with him. If it doesn't work out, I'm not going to sign him anyway. We haven't got the money, but I wanted to see what sort of money we had to play with, and see who we can offer up. And you see, I'm trying to get Elianusi, see if they will take him. They don't. They want 53 million. I'll just say fair enough. Don't worry about it. We're nowhere near got enough for that. And as you see, I'm just having a look at the budget, seeing how it sort of works. Again, this is the first time I've really properly looked at it since the new FIFA came out. So just having a quick look at how it's going to work really. And as you can see, there's no chance we're making Gakpo happen. I was happy to just let that, I didn't want to bother. Lamptey is one that I've used him previously, and he's a great player. But at right back, I think we're pretty stacked. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm looking at Wilfried Singo so much. Now, I had a bit of an idea, and I felt like what I wanted to do was sign Wilfried Singo. I see he can play right midfield, so I feel like his sort of build, he's quite tall, very strong, very quick. I felt like that would work very well in the Premier League. So as you can see here, I'm really considering it. I'm really considering playing him as our right midfielder, Djenepo on the left, and then we've got 2 really pacey players. And I feel like Singo would just be perfect in that right midfield role in our club in the Premier League. So you see there, I put in a £12 million bid, and it's accepted instantly. So no negotiation there. Wouldn't be interested to see what we get rated in terms of the rating for the transfer. But yeah, great deal there, I think. £12 million, easily accepted on the wages, very cheap, and that's another signing, and that's one of the best ones I think we've made so far. Wilfried Singo, £12 million. He's the biggest signing we've made this season so far. And he's going to be our new right midfielder, number 12, Wilfried Singo, 12 for the 12 million we signed for him. And then, as you can see here, got a bit in the bank left. I was really not sure on, who's signed. Thought of bring in a youngster, someone that I can grow, and then they can take over in that left midfield spot in several years, because this is a long-term career mode that I'm looking at. I want to take this a good few seasons in, and really take Southampton to Champions League and compete in Europe, which obviously is going to take a long time, but yeah, return really to where they were after Ronald Koeman was about, and he was in Europa. We took them to the Europa League, took us to the San Siro. So yeah, I do. I want to sort of think about the future as much as now. So Wilfried Singo is very much a now signing. He's going to be our starting right midfielder, and I think that's quite unique as well. I wanted to make a signing that was, not typical, and I feel like Wilfried Singo at right mid is, hopefully it's going to be quite a unique signing. And then you see here I've got an Englishman, agreed a deal with Alex Scott of Bristol City. Now he's a sort of a well-known up-and-coming player at Bristol City, and I feel like a great transfer there of 2.9 million. He's just going to be someone that I feel like a bit like a Ward-Prowse sort of. I know he's kind of a different player to Ward-Prowse, but I feel like he can be like that next version of Ward-Prowse, if you like a technically talented central midfielder. Can play sort of central midfield, can play attacking midfield. So yeah, I'm really happy with that signing. As you can see there, Molero as well was someone I was very interested in from Las Palmas in second league of Spain, and he could potentially be a future signing. Definitely will be interested in him. But yeah, there we go. 3 new signings in this career mode episode. Singo is definitely the most exciting one for me this season so far. I mean, right midfield, tall, powerful, fast. He's going to be able to run down that wing. He's great at crossing as well. So I'm really excited to see what he can bring to the team and what he can bring in terms of that, getting the ball into the box. We got him under his valuation of 14 million. I'm just really happy with that. 21 years old from Torino. So yeah, feel free to like and subscribe if you have got this far, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.